streaming. This is our class, and yes, I know I fucked up the intro, and I'm sorry, but whatever. Anyway, we're gonna do classes tonight. I need to change my tag. Let's go green, and now I'm going to Discord.
I store tacos.
Okay,
That's
guys,
it's really really good.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
That tour is good.
Best and like you go in there and you see just a bunch of Latino people, so you know it's good.
That tells you everything you need to know right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
Welcome back, member.
Okay,
Everybody agreed that this is a sex education class tonight, so I don't know what you're gonna do with that.
okay.
Bananas and condoms.
Before we
Oh,
get
that's it.
started, before we go into World v World, I should say, I want everybody to be able to, you know where the documents are. I posted them in all three discords: RTGC, uh, Nude, and Soar. They're posted in all of y'all's discords. Most, if yeah, everybody in here is in one of those guilds.
I'm in
In
none of those.
you're a lying
Okay, I
sack
see
of shit.
the Halloween badge. Is that what you're
No,
talking
okay,
about?
so it's in the World v World channel of the new Discord. Either one of the World v World text channels of the new Discord. You can get the PDF and download it to your computer so you have a copy of it, or you can use the Google link that I gave you in there as well. So you have a choice of how you want to consume your stuff. But that there you go. Sigfus, you are lieutenant tonight. So is Elle. But anyway. I am going to try to do this and lead tonight. Now, I do not think tonight's class will be super long. Um, I'm going to try to lead and teach at the same time. Don't think it will be too long. But it does depend on how the conversations go and that sort of thing. But so we're going to start with. I think home bill might be a better place to teach on. I don't fucking know. What do y'all think?
Pick it. We'll go. No matter where. Just pick one.
Or maybe Desert BL. I need mindless leading is what I need to do. Be able to mindlessly lead. So let's go to Desert BLs.
So
That's
like
what
every other
Home
night,
is
right?
desert.
To mindlessly lead
red
like I
red.
might
Oh
have
yeah,
read
home is
before.
desert. There you go. So they're fun. There you go. I need to be mindless, so just. I'll probably put siege down that don't mean to be put down.
But let's not siege up our own towers, please.
Something like that, yeah. I'm going to try to keep y'all's pips up. I do apologize if we don't. I'm going to try while I teach
part,
these classes.
part
So,
of the recreational journey.
somebody was asking one of the chats. I don't know what mat we were starting on. Somebody might want to tell them one of the
I told in RG. I
yeah, yeah.
posted in RTGC.
Um. Anyway, these classes I can't type and teach at the same time and lead. I'm just sorry. It's just not gonna happen. So if they ain't in Discord, they ain't gonna fucking get nothing anyway. So
In case you don't have supply, there's supply here on spawn.
yes, exactly. So supply up. Um. Tonight is our syllabus class, quote unquote. Remember, we're doing classes, so we're in school. So it's your syllabus where we'll go over. I'm going to tell you. I gave you resources where the textbook is. Um,
Yeah, I can't find it.
what do you mean you
Found
can't
it now.
find it?
Got it downloaded.
You got your fucking damn. You can't find the damn book. It's in the World v World channel. Don't be done. Don't be
The
playing with the
World v
teacher.
World Streakers channel.
No, no. Okay, so scroll up in Discord in up to where it says, if you notice, all of my chat channels are categorized. There's one that says World v World. There's a World v World info no chatting and a World v World chat. Either one of those has it. I should have put it in the build doc too, huh? Probably should. Let me do that real quick. Okay, now it's in any of those. There you go. So in any of my World v World channels up there, text channels, you should be able to find the book, either the PDF or the Google link. I am going to put it there too, Fluffer. I will be putting it there as well. But I didn't get it posted today, so let me see. Let's go to Necro and take that. Um, so if you look on there on the, I forget what page, but I have, if you're in the Google Docs, it's easy to navigate. I don't know how well the PDF navigates, but there's a schedule in there on, I think, like, it's called,
Necro Tower is open, north wall.
okay, it's called Schedule of Classes, the calendar. There you go. That will tell you what we're studying each week.
Amber, can you invite McMuffins? He's from RTGC. The squad's closed, so he can't get in. He's right in front of
I didn't close the squad. What the hell?
you.
Let me
I
check.
didn't do it.
Invite. Sorry. No, no. I just no one could invite.
Let me see. Yes, anyone can join. Allow members to invite. It says you can. What the fuck? That thing is wonky anyway. Okay, so let me scroll here. So I'm just going to briefly give you a rundown on how I prepared the classes. Um, it started out I was supposed to just do the classes of classes, but then people said they wanted a commander training class, and then they said they wanted a lieutenant training. So it went on and on and on. So next week we're doing our commander training course, and it's going to be not only how to lead, but what the commanders say and what they mean when they say it. So it's not just if you don't want to be a commander, you're still going to get benefit from that class because we're going to go over like when I say my ass is too big, what the fuck does she mean? Kind of thing. But it's not just about me. It's about what regular commanders would say.
Lamps off the table.
Huh? What?
Said it means you're knocking lamps off the table.
Well,
There's orange swords on pink tag down in air. Go check
is
it out.
air ours?
It's not.
It's close.
It's an eel wall.
Yes, eel wall. Yeah.
All right, let's go see if we can help him. So the commander class, even if you don't want to be a commander, is still going to be helpful to you as a person who follows commanders. Then the following week, we're going to have lieutenant and zergling training. And zergling training, lieutenant, there's not a lot to teach in lieutenant, so look at them fuckers. They got a catapult up there on the wall up there.
They got quite a few people up there too.
Yeah, they do. Are we in? How did we get in?
A couple of Ellie's to bomb them. That would be fun.
Oh, they shut that down. Okay. Let, oh, they still have Caddis here. Pink tag still has Caddis here. Pink tag's got. There you go.
Walls is down.
Follow
He's
pink
gonna go
tag.
up the wall. I'll bet you. Go up the wall, take all that siege down.
Stick with pink tag, guys.
That way you can talk and not have to think.
Yeah.
They're
Um.
scattering. They're scattering.
So Zergling training is really like basically what's proper as a Zergling, like as a following tag. Stuff like don't lay siege down, that kind of stuff. I know some of you guys know that stuff, but there's some people who don't. And obviously, because I get trolled sometimes, I'm just saying. Um, but there's other things. That's just an example. But there's other things in that class. The actual class of classes, I had to struggle with how I was gonna approach each class. So what I did was I made up a basic questionnaire and I made all of the classes answer that questionnaire. So basically I went and did research to answer all of those questions. You know what I'm saying? So that's what those are going to they're going to stick to that same kind of thing. And there are classes that I know that you're going to get more information on. Mostly because Amber knew more about them, but and found resources from people who knew more about them. Um, there is a website that I am going to promote throughout the class. It's called, what is that website called? Let me see.
The
It's
snow
Bob,
crows or the
the
bobby one?
Vobby one. Yes, Callie, thank you. The Vobby one. Um, which, if you look at the booklet at the very end, I do have all of the links I mentioned pretty much listed, so you can go straight down there to find it. All the links that I use throughout the book are
I think Tech needs to know if they're hitting a wall. They are hitting a wall.
um so that's what that is. So tonight, oh, also,
Oh, I'm on the stairs and half dead because I tried to go check the wall.
oh,
Yeah, I
oh, I
I
checked
see
got
some
that
stuck.
coming
earlier.
up. So
It's
everybody
hit
with
about
me, come
60 to
down here.
70.
Let's protect the catas down here. Protect this stairway right here. Um, in addition, I tried to stick with the classes that are considered meta. It's not to say that we don't go over every class. We do. It's just that I'm going to promote the ones that are meta over the ones that aren't meta. Um, that doesn't mean Amber hates them. Just saying. Just telling you what is and what
Yeah.
isn't meta. The whole point of this was to teach people meta and maybe get them involved in a new, profession. That's all. That's all this was about. So
Inner wall is down.
that
Yes.
is an overview of what yeah, we're already in, babe. Come on
That
in.
wasn't a question.
So,
Oh.
There were some people that were still in the cabins.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
so is like Rangers going to cover like scouting, or are you not going to do that
No,
anymore?
no. Well, no. I'm going to talk about rangers and thieves. They have their own class, and yes, we'll just play rangers and thieves that night. And I will talk about them because they are still a vital part of World v World in general. Um, they're just not necessarily Zerg,
Right.
you know. So I will talk about them, and we will have the class. Every class will be covered. Um, so when we're talking about Ellie's, we're talking about all three build types. Ellie, Tempest, and Weaver. Although I'll probably promote the Weaver more than I will the Tempest or the Ellie builds. Not saying that you can't have those builds, just saying that you know Weaver's meta. So you'll still have those, but just a little bit less information, I guess.
And just one more question: can you link like the latest build so that should I want to outfit my, I don't know, my Ellie or my Necro beforehand, before the class, I can at least kind of get on the same page with you guys.
Okay, if you
Because
got the
I
book,
play like two characters. Is it in the book?
it is.
Not in the
If
book.
you have the book, each class does. I do give. I believe all of the, at least the ones that are considered meta do have links to builds, including that Bobby site that
Awesome.
we were just telling you about. I would recommend everybody who wants to get um, a real meta build to visit the Bobby site because the Bobby site, that site is like, if anybody does raids, you know that Snow Crows is the place to go, right? You go to Snow Crow and you get a raid build to do PVE raids, and everybody's using it, right? Well, Bobby, they only do World v World builds and only Zerg builds. They don't do Roamer builds. They don't do anything but Zerg builds. So
Okay.
That's why I was suggesting Bobby because that's all they do, and they do it like snow crows did. You know, they tell you that this is the build you should be using. They give you videos on some of them. I think almost all of them. But that's a really great site for World v World. It is a European site, and I just want to point out that Paul Bella from Who is the one who turned me on to that site and told me all about it when I told her I was going to do these classes. She's the one who told me about this site. So that Who uses that site as well. So that I'm just trying to give you the legitimate stuff. I'm not blowing shit up your ass, y'all. I researched this shit. Why the fuck can't I jump on this guy? Oh my god, I couldn't jump up there. Fuck me.
Was it because you had your chat window open and you were pressing space?
Was I?
I don't know.
No.
Sometimes it happens to me that for some reason I click on the chat bar and then I, instead of jumping, type spaces.
Go to Stoic, guys. We're gonna go down to the West Firekeep side and down there. Okay, so now you know how I came up with the classes and how I divided them up and what we'll be going over. And I don't know why I'm talking to this merchant guy. If y'all need supply, get some here, cause it's full. So then I have these general notes. This is what I'm really gonna go over tonight. Is the general part.
So there's lieutenants and generals. I'm screwing with you.
General
Don't answer
notes.
that.
When I say in general, I'm saying general notes tonight. I have when I was researching, there was some general rule v rule notes that applied to everything, no matter what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
go over tonight. Stuff that applied to everything.
And if
Um.
she says in general, it means she's watching Dukes of Hazard.
Oh,
About that
okay.
time, them Duke boys showed up.
Okay. All right. So I've told you how we were gonna get there. Um. I want. I would love for ANET to make it so that all the classes were totally fucking 100% usable in Zergs, and beneficial. And they don't. Honest to God, they don't.
Well,
But
honestly, they are, but they come
they're
and go in and out of
selfish.
fashion.
They're selfish, though.
I mean, if you wanted to run a ranger, you could run a healer ranger and and benefit a Zerg.
Yes, you could, but there's just other classes that do it better. It's not saying that you can't. I actually put this in there. Cespi called me condescending. Because I said, if you're going to run a ranger in a Zerg, at least do a druid. And he's like, that's so condescending. He made me take that out. So I took it out. I was
And
like,
plus,
but.
I mean, something that's not used very often, but you put five rangers in the same party, and they can leader snipe pretty good.
Yeah,
We got someone watching us to the right.
I saw him. I think he's waiting on that
Ooh.
veteran, though. What's the. Or they fucking just took
Four
a
And
shit.
that
minutes.
ghost.
4 minute
God
RI.
damn it.
Can we not kill the ghost? Oh, come
Oh,
on.
well, go kill the ghost. What ghost? What are you talking about? Kill the ghost.
Our sword
Oh, the
fighter
FA.
fire.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay. I didn't see him. I'm sorry. You can get your
Okay, I'm gonna.
leather too here. They got leather here.
Yeah, looks good.
Did you see map chat, Amber?
No, what did it say?
Nude, we are moving VL after this tower call if you need help.
Okay, everyone GG
Shit.
now.
That's VLAD.
You're gonna get hit
Let me
there.
drag the Lord over here.
Yeah, it worked perfectly.
Alright. Go kill this one. This guy here. Who's
It's a
waiting.
magi.
It is a magi. Kill him.
Who is it?
What is he gonna just throw some katas or something?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can throw cat in there.
Maybe we
Who is
find
that,
out.
Valorous? Is that Val? Valorous there.
All he wanted to do was get a veteran.
I know we.
Right. Run back and get one in a minute.
Wait, what is happening in Sword Discord about? I'm not in Discord, so what? Oh, look, Fiera got did. She goes, I'm going PvP, but I'm gonna go to Amber's class at the same time. She went to PvP. Anyway,
It is not ours, by the way.
okay, so back to my. I knew this was gonna be hard, leading the tag and trying to teach at the same time. Okay, so what is Zerg meta? Meta is different to different commanders. Some commanders want more firebrands, some want more Ellies. It's kind of like up to the commander. But there's a general consensus on what they consider a meta character. Um, some prefer more than one or something else. But so, as a general rule, if you really want to do meta and really want to be a good part of the team, you should have at least two or three characters uh, set up that you can switch out depending on the commander that you're following. Like you guys have known it. You guys show up and everybody's on a scourge, and I don't have any firebrands. And then another night, y'all will all show up on your firebrands, and I have no scourge. And so it's nice to have more than one character set up so that you can switch out um, for nights like that happen. It's very helpful to the commander. Ooh, Sig, that would be fucking awesome, darling.
What's it say?
He's gonna do the lead. He's gonna do the teaching. He's gonna lead y'all around, and I'm just gonna follow and teach. Um, and I'm probably gonna send him some siege. Hang on a second.
So you're just gonna talk. He's gonna lead.
Right.
The tower you cast silver, by the way.
Let's go get that tower.
Yeah, get the tower.
It's a daily.
There you go. I sent you some siege there, mister.
I really don't know. I just said that.
This is gonna be so much easier.
Hey, Amber, you look so much different.
Deep Land, Rancor, and that.
Ember, how important is it to
That was
you
yesterday.
How important is it to what?
Still yesterday.
Yes.
To have a meta group?
Okay, so there's a lot of things that I learned while I was putting these together about why it's important to have a meta group. There are certain things that certain classes, when you have a meta, you can play off of each other in terms of. Okay, so let's say I had two warriors, for example, with those little bubble thingies, which I can't remember the name of the skill right off the top of my head, but y'all know, huh?
They're called boobs.
Yeah, the boobs.
Boobs of disenchantment.
Okay, so technically, if the winds of disenchantment, that's the name of it. Okay, so when a warrior puts one of those down, a good scourge knows that they're supposed to do certain skills at the same time inside of that bubble to make that bubble even more effective, and also not spend one of their stuff that would just actually cancel out the boob effect. And I'll get more into that when I'm actually studying, talking about those people, because I cannot remember all these skills off the top of my head. And that's why I'm being general right there. But it is parts of those things are inside of the book. So it
The
is.
boob effect is real.
Yeah, the boob effect is real. But really, if they coordinate well, that there's the you know when I can produce on this person, I can produce I can give you guys buffs like fury and might and I can do swiftness and protection. These are all buffs, but if I wasn't on this Metatune, you wouldn't be getting those buffs. But might helps if I'm giving might out and Guardian's giving might out. You can get stacks and stacks of might, and what happens when you have stacks of might? You do more damage, right? So buffs are
Question.
good.
I'm gonna get some might right now.
Can we ask questions? Sorry, I didn't know if you were
I'm sorry. What question?
I don't. Can we ask questions? I don't
Yes,
want to.
yes, yes, yes.
So you're talking about buffs, but if you're not in my group, you're not doing me any good with your buffs. Is that
Okay,
right?
we will go over that too. That's like in. Is that in this class or another class? I put that down, by the way. It might be further on in the lesson here. Okay, so there is a hierarchy in how the buffs get passed out. So if you're in my party, you're more likely to get my buffs. But if you're a million miles away from me and say L's next to you and he's giving out the same buffs, you're going to get them from L if his party members are not around as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like,
Absolutely. Yeah, got it.
yeah, it's not it team members who's ever in your party does take priority, and that does, that's number one priority. The next priority is in the same squad, and then it's like, randoms, people around, kind of thing. So there is a, I think it might be later that I tell y'all about that. Where to, Sig?
South Camp has a minute 40 RI.
So here's what is currently considered meta. Firebrand, which is a guardian build for those who don't know what a firebrand is. Scourge, which is a necro. Scrapper NG, that's actually a relatively new meta. Just saying, it's only like in the last few months or so that. I'm sorry, my kids are in the background. They're playing games and drinking, so they're having a good time. Um, Chrono
Yeah, stop having a good time, you fucking kids.
Chrono Mesmers are a good choice, although Mesmers are kind of situational. There are certain things that Mesmers are really great for. They're under the list. I divided them up in the book between must-haves and interchangeables, and Mesmers fall under interchangeable because they're more situational and for certain things. That's not to say that they're not meta. They are. They're just not as important, so to speak, as something else maybe. So like if you have too many mesmers, somebody might say, "Hey, we got too many mesmers. Go train something else." You know what I'm saying? It's an interchangeable
The
class.
meta's like one mesmer per 50 people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I think it's supposed to be two mesmers per 50.
It's just spellbreakers per 50, I thought, unless it's changed, which is quite possible.
I think it's spellbreakers per 50, two per 50 mesmers. You only want one, possibly two, depending on the commander. Like I said, it's commander related as well. There's a basic meta, and then there's commander meta. You know what I mean? Um, some commanders do want two mesmers. Now, the only exception to having more mesmers in party would be if you guys were doing a golly rush or something. Then you want more mesmers. But in general, it's one to two per 50. Um, Ellies are also an interchangeable class, although I will say the Bobby site says they're more important than most everybody else says, so that's just a little side note there. But I still think it's only like one or two, and they want the Weaver build, by the way. Um, I still think it's only one or two per 50, though.
The only reason that the Weaver's not on like the regular meta is because you have to be good at positioning, and if you're not, you're detrimental rather than helpful.
Thank you, Fira. Exactly, she's correct. Um,
This tower's blue.
oh,
It's got 3 minutes RI on it.
okay. So now we're gonna go over what damage classes are and what support classes are in what we're going to be talking about here. So our damage classes are scourges, warriors, ellies, heralds. Our support classes are scraper. Oh my god.
Scraper.
Scrapper, firebrand, ellies, and heralds. Those are our support classes. So love your firebrands, guys. They keep you alive in the fight. That those are
You're welcome.
yeah, that's right. Give show
Is
some love to
Scraper
them
the
people.
class that works at McDonald's? Well,
I'm so sorry about that. Uh,
It's the one that scrapes the
I'll,
road
I'll
off with a parking lot.
I'll be sure to let Jamie know that she now works at McDonald's.
What?
Amber.
okay, so when we're talking about um, we, I want to point out about because I know there's a lot of people here who love their thieves and their rangers, even though that they're not meta for Zerg play, they are meta for roaming play. I mean, like most roamers like having rangers and thieves around. They are great in that place. So that is where they truly shine in World v World. So just bear that in mind. You know everybody should have a ranger or a
Catch that chat, Sig.
thief.
The
Blue
Blue
group,
Zerg heading towards Northeast Tower.
yeah. Um. So everybody should have one a thief or a ranger if that's what you really like to when you come in World v World by yourself to roam around and
But a scrapper's better.
well they are used a lot in the roaming group too. So there you go. All right, so I want to talk about how you get gear. There are a number of ways that you can get gear for gearing up a tune. We talked about how y'all want to get more than one tune, but gearing up can be expensive. I'm going to say this in advance though. Anytime that you're trying out a new build and even a new profession, um, don't start off with the most expensive fucking armor. Don't go out there and bust your ass getting ascended fucking armor only to find out that you fucking hate the goddamn class or you hate the the build. That would suck because then you just spent all this money and all this time and effort in getting some armor that you don't like on a character you don't like. Don't
But
do
you
that.
already have enough mats and stuff just sitting around to make a full set of ascended armor every day, don't you?
Well,
Not everybody
not
has that.
everybody has that. There's a
Just
lot of
make the
new
legendary
players that
problem
don't have
solved.
all that stuff. I mean, you and I might have that. Just saying.
Just make all the legendaries problem solved.
There you go.
Well, that's expensive. The legendary armor is expensive, and that's a lot of time and effort too. How many times how long do you have to spend in World v World to get a fucking set of legendary?
6 months.
Yeah,
Dude, I know, I don't have a full set either.
I
I
have
got three
one full
sets.
set of World v World legendary armor, and I'm working on my next one. Although other things keep sidetracking me, so whatever.
Ooh,
But
power reveal.
it takes a while to. So don't go out and buy the most expensive armor for when you're just trying something out. If you're trying something out, just start off with exotics, and you can get most exotics pretty cheaply right off the TP. Not all of them, I do know this, but some of them you can just make. And don't tell me you ain't got no fucking mats. I fucking let you farm them every fucking World v World night. So I know you can farm some up in here. Um, so you'll be able to get some exotic at least. For trinkets and stuff, don't forget their PvE. I know some of you have not stepped a foot in PvE, but PvE can be very beneficial to your World v World play. I say this because you can get ascended trinkets that you can pick the stats on by doing PvE. Um,
You can get them here now.
Yeah, no, you just
this
do
is
the
true.
reward tracks here and buy them in PvE.
Well,
No,
there you
no,
go.
no. You talk to the guy when you first get in. What is it?
Walls down.
The siege commander guy.
Skirmish merchant.
or
Yes, he's
skirmish marine.
commander guy.
Okay.
He's yeah,
Skirmish
whoever it
marine.
is, he's got them, and it takes like WvW tickets or
Yeah, but
something.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
if somebody's trying to work on their World, the World v World tickets that you earn in here are very precious to some people. Me, I don't spend them fuckers on anything but my legendary armor. So I'm just saying it. Okay, so maybe you're right for somebody who doesn't want to do any PVE at all. That is an option. But if you don't want to spend your World v World tickets on trinkets and you'd rather save them up for your armor or your legendary back piece, or when some of them didn't even have their mounts, there's those too. You had to use some of those for that too.
Right.
um, the living story maps from HOT on, um, all have rings and earrings and necklaces or whatever that you can get and choose the stats on. Do keep in mind though that if you're looking for a
For example,
particular
yeah.
stat, you can't go to where's that? I wrote an example down. Let me get to that point.
And that's probably an example they fixed in that recent patch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what I
not
was
sure
about to
what
say.
that patch fixed at all. I'm not quite
It
a
made
hundred.
the selectable stats more common, so you didn't have to worry about where you got it.
Yes, but still, if you go to Ember Bay, you're not gonna be able to get something that came out in
Gotcha.
POF though, right?
Now I think that's what they fixed in the patch.
Oh, so I could go to Ember Bay and get that. I
I
should
think
check
now
that
you
before.
can, yes.
I should
There's
check
still
that.
a
Sorry if I
handful of
did.
stats that are unique to one game mode, and I forget what that is, but in general, I think it's
Most of the meta stats though come from HOT maps.
Vipers and
Yes,
Marauder.
that's true. That's very true.
This is true.
Yeah, Vipers, Marauders, Trailblazers.
And
Yeah.
HOT maps are the maps like the newer maps that came out from the core before HOT, but they won't have those. So like Waste won't have it, and what's the other one? Dry Top.
Dry Top.
Yeah, those won't have it, even though those are considered HOT maps. Um, it's only
That's not true for
HOT
Blizzard
maps
maps.
and after HOT and before POF that we're talking about when we say HOT maps. Um, Also, remember your hero points for your specializations. For those who don't know, you can use your testimony heroics, which you earn in World v World. Those are in your wallet underneath your badges of honor. That will help you buy those skill points when you're like trying to make an Ellie into, say, a Weaver or a Tempest or something. Um, you can use those testimony heroics, and that is a choice that you can choose on those chests that we get in here too. So you can get extra ones that way too. Um, Skirmish chests. That's what I'm trying to think of. You can get 6 from one skirmish chest. So any hero point from HOT on is 10 points. Um, the core ones are only 1 point. So you'll need 10 core ones to equal one HOT one. Did I explain that right? Does that make sense to everybody?
You can also get the Path of Fire ones too, right?
Right, Path of Fire is 10 pointer. That's a 10 pointer map though. They give you 10 points when you get that hero point rather than 1. So only the original Tyria ones are 1 pointers. Everything after that is 10 pointer ones.
You didn't say there would be math in this.
Hey.
Take the square root of the number of testimonies of heroics you buy. And cube it.
So most of the builds that I'll talk about in the coming weeks are all from either metabattle.com on the World v World page, which is basically metabattle.com/wiki/WvW, or it's from bobby.org. Um, and they have the meta builds there. And I would suggest that everybody at least start off with the meta build. You may tweak it. Everybody tweaks it here and there. I don't think there's very few people that are 100% meta all the time because some skills you switch out depending on a situation anyway. So always start off with the meta build and then tweak after you get to know the class and what works for you, your playstyle, your zerg that you hang out with, all that kind of good stuff. Like, when you're hanging out with nudies, they're going to fuck up a lot. So, you know, you need a little extra juice to heal them with. Just saying. You know they need some healing. um, okay, so we're going to talk about. Shit. Sorry, I just scrolled past my thing. I kind of jumped out of the loop somewhere. I lost my place,
While I'm
guys. Hang on a minute.
playing a healing Ellie, it's amazing how much I miss an actual pure healer like in WoW.
Okay, so I put in here in the general notes what melee is characterized as. I didn't go over this part, so I might be jumping here. This is before the gear thing. I forgot to tell y'all about this. Bunker, high survivability, toughness, and vitality. Range is characterized as high survivability, good movement, good positioning to avoid damage, and very high DPS. Good healing powers for melee, and if you have blast finishers, use them for AoE healing. As, as a guardian, uses empower for healing and might. Sorry, I missed that part. I skipped over that, and I wanted y'all to know that stuff. All right, we're at Zerg team setups. That's where we're at. My bad. I lost my place, and I lost my sig. Oh, there he is.
He's headed to air.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hey Amber,
Huh?
can I add some?
Yeah.
Since heal Tempest, heal Ellie is not really a thing anymore. You really don't blast heals because the two main healings classes, which is Firebrand and Scrapper, they can blast their own heals, or there just is nothing to blast.
Right.
So you're going to
The
be blasting stealth more so than anything.
right. Okay, so Zerg team setups. Um, we're going to talk about frontliners, midliners, and backliners. This is important, and it'll come out more in Zergling training as well. I'll talk about a little bit too there. Um, does everybody know what those are?
There is no back line anymore. It's all mid.
Well, there's some
That
overlapping.
Argue Weaver.
But yeah, frontliners are like warriors, revs, and guardians. Midliners are guardians, healers, Ellies, and revs. And backliners are necros, Ellies, and mesmers. It depends on their build. And the reason that's why they overlap. It depends on their
It
build.
depends who you're running with
That
too.
too.
Because the
Exactly.
groups I've run with lately, they don't have anything line other than front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does, but it's important to know that at least semi what it's supposed to be when they say this. So because there are going to be some commanders that are going to say, I need my backliners to do this, or my midliners to do that, or my whatever. You need to know what that is. So
I
that's
look
what
like
that
more
is.
than five.
Huh?
I could
Yeah,
almost.
they're headed up to uh, Necro.
Okay, some squad setup. So everybody always wants to know how this comes out in lieutenant training too. We're gonna do that, go over it more in lieutenant training. But holy fuck wads! Oh, I killed
Die?
myself.
You missed, didn't you?
I did miss.
Everybody just keeps jumping down. Fuck,
Oh,
man.
I did miss.
You'd think
Ay,
Amber's leading us or something.
ay, ay, ay. Oh, look, Mika fell too. Too many resurrectors. I can't res them. Um, there's a the reason we set up the parties the way we set them up is because of buffs and making sure everybody can survive the best that they can. That's why there's 5 people and we recommend 5 in a party rather than even though you can put everybody in the same fucking party. You don't do it because you want the buffs to be evenly distributed. You want the heals to be evenly distributed. Why am I yellow? Somebody res me with some. Oh, that pumpkin thing. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
She's got
It
jaundice.
Well,
wasn't me,
say
but
thank you.
Thank you for resing me.
She's been
Now I look
drinking
like a
too
big
much.
old yellow banana.
You shouldn't drink so much. It leads to liver damage.
I'm coming. I got supply.
Do some real damage.
Anyway, so it's important that we set the teams up properly. Okay, I am going over boons here. Here we go. All right, we're gonna go over boons now. Stacking boons. Gain a boon while it is already applied will increase its effectiveness. Boons can stack either intensity or duration. So some skills stack duration. Some skills stack intensity. So like when you have 25 stacks, well, right now I got oh shit, somebody just gave me another buff. Look, might. I got might. I got 8 might on me, 9 might. And I got 12 seconds left. And it's flipping between who is Eleanor and Fluffer Kitty. Both of them are flipping it out on me. So it's going back and forth, and I'm trying to keep up, and it keeps moving, and I'm like, I want to hover, damn it. Um. Anyway, so stacking intensity. Boons that stack intensity will cap out at 25 stacks, and will provide greater effects per stack. So there's math. I'm not doing. I'm. Somebody was complaining about me saying math. There's math involved here. I'm just gonna say a little bit. So, reapplying a boon while it's at its maximum number of stacks will overwrite the stack to the lowest duration. That's important, guys. Do you guys understand what that means?
Say it one more time.
Say
Yeah,
it
if
one
you're
more time.
stacking with a great big group, you could get less.
Okay, so if somebody has the maximum stacking duration, most boons that stack a duration will cap out at 5 stacks and will increase the duration of the boon. Reapplying the boon while you're already at 5 stacks will overwrite that stack to the lowest duration. So, for example, having 15 seconds of protection, 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2, and reapplying that last one, which I said those numbers wrong, my bad, but anyway, reapplying the last one, 10 seconds, will replace the stack that lasts 1 second, increasing the duration to 24 seconds. Did y'all get that now?
Stack to 50. Yeah, that's it, right?
Everybody gets that.
I got more boons, more better.
You said stacks. Is this some kind of pancake thing?
No, it's
Ooh.
duration of a stack.
It
So for
yeah,
how
gotcha.
long it stays
25
on
Pancakes
you.
don't really have a duration. They get eaten too quick.
So boons are pancakes?
Yes.
Does that make conditions like, for
Boons will
instance,
stack duration will start with the strongest application before using the others, regardless of when it was applied.
Applied.
Applied. So, so duration starts off at the strongest, and then the next one that gets applied will be a weaker one, and the next one will be a weaker one. So it counts down from 5 to 1. Do you understand that? I'm getting
Yes, I
crickets.
understand.
I'm getting crickets, y'all. I can't see your faces. I don't know whether I'm losing y'all. Y'all got to answer me.
Yes.
So you can have too many boons.
Well, there is a thing. Okay. Oh, somebody was
Well, she's
asking
a
about
fan of the boob
distribution.
stuff.
So here we
Alrighty,
are.
just moons of one.
I fried your brain. Well, it's in the book. Okay, it's under the general notes in the book. You can look it up later. Okay, how about that? Okay, so boon priority. Somebody was asking about distribution, boon distribution priority. Who gets the boons when you apply them. Okay, so here it is. First is your party and subgroup. In this tape, you're in a subgroup. Um, Second is squad. Third is allied players not within your party or squad. Your kennel. So then your pets are after that. And then your allied players' kennels, and then all other allies like NPCs. So now you know how it goes, right? Who's drinking Boone's Farm?
What's a kennel?
Oh my God. They just using that
Strawberry
word
Hill.
as all of your pets, okay? That's all they talk about when they say the kennels. They're talking about pets and minions and illusions. Bet you didn't know illusions got boons, did you?
What do they call
I
it if you have 3 or 4 real dolls?
Mm,
I hear them. Uh-huh.
Well,
uh,
it's interesting that if you're fighting on Lord and the Lord's on your side, you can actually boon the Lord.
yes, that is possible.
Well, it won't happen because you have 50 people around you,
Right.
but it's possible.
Alright. 15 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're gonna go in. We're still talking about boons, by the way, but we're gonna talk about converting and stripping boons. And this is
5.
where that bubble. Look at you, Fluffer. Why did you let him hit you?
Our eyes gone. Boons.
It was a good distraction.
Okay. Remember the boob bubble thing and the scourge thing? It's got to do with converting and stripping boons.
Right, because the bubble strips
Right.
and then you throw conditions on them inside the bubble.
Well, yeah, but so the scourge can convert boons. They can take. They
Yes.
have
Yep.
skills that can take and convert a boon into a condition. So if I clicked on, but if I targeted somebody and they had a whole bunch of boons and I'm on my scourge, I can turn all those boons into a bunch of conditions. Well, not all of them, but you get the point I'm saying.
Yeah, but
roll
wouldn't
interruption.
also different professions be, I think, situational? Like if we ran a warrior tonight, you'd be bored out of your gourd because we haven't run into any enemies.
Right. There's probably is some situational stuff too. And like Fira has said earlier, right now the meta is like one, maybe two warriors per 50. Where there for a while, warriors were everywhere, you know. But right now they're down to like 1 to 2 because it takes coordination and
And before that, they were nowhere because they were not meta.
that's right.
So there is hope for Rangers.
Oh shit.
So almost all have something to do with some kind of boon stripping, or I think almost all. My list goes on to another page. I gotta switch page. Oh, there's quite a few. But so there's a bunch of skills that remove boons. Skills that remove boons. There's some that are weapon skills or utility skills. A mesmer has mind spike, mind stab. A necromancer has spinal shivers. Those are weapon skills that they can get that remove boons. Utility skills that remove boons is like revenants banish enchantment, engineers throw mine, mesmer's null field, pla- phantasmal disenchanter on a mesmer, reaper nothing can save you, spellbreaker break enchantment. There's a healing skill that on the spellbreaker that actually does that as well. Their natural healing skill will remove boons. Natural, yeah, I read that right. Natural healing. Um, profession mechanics, engineers, minefield removes one boon for each mine. A herald, true nature, two from up to five. It will remove two of them from up to five foes. Um, a spellbreaker's breaching strike, two from target. So spellbreakers are really good at removing boons as well, guys. And there's some more, and I have them listed in the book, and I'm not gonna go over all of them, but there's a lot more. Then there's skills that transform boons into condition. This is where we talk about the scourge has skills, and the necromancer does too, and so does the reaper. And most of the ones that transfers boons into conditions are from the necro reaper scourge lines. Actually, that's all I have listed, so maybe that's all there is. Um, so
They must be on Fire's tier 1.
Yeah, they are. They're in
Yeah,
stealth.
the only thing we have left for daily is defender, so we got to go chase them down.
12ish. There's only 12.
Yeah, and there's 3 defenders. Like, we can't do this alone.
I wasn't planning on defending it. We need to take stuff back, so I was gonna let them have it.
Okay. Um. So this part I was telling you about the boons and the conditions and stuff. That was really super important because everybody always comes in here with a bunch of fucking boons. Look, I got boons from doing nothing. I got 3 mites stacked on me right now. So when we're in a fight, boons are super important. Not only for us to have them, but to strip them off the enemy. Because if we take their boons away, we make them weaker. So boon stripping and converting and all that good stuff, that's all important. So we should, really look into your boon stripping and know what your class or what your skills are, what does that, so that you can do that. Crowd controls. I'm always calling for CCs. Y'all need to know what crowd controls are on your tunes. Uh, like right now, this lady needs her crowd controls.
Sky.
Well, that too, but of course, because I wanted to talk about her fucking break bar.
Oh, have a break. Have a break bar.
Okay, so control effects, also known as crowd controls, which are CCs or disables. Um, on these like things, they break those bars, but there are also those flags that we put on the keeps and
We're
stuff.
going to
Oh,
fire. Come on.
somebody's down. Somebody's down.
All right, just
Fire?
kidding. No,
Go in.
we're gonna stay here.
Alright.
Make up your mind.
I was trying to, but people are getting all bajiggity.
Okay. So there's soft CCs and hard CCs. Um, these will break these defiance bars, which is what these green bars. Some say blue. They look green on my screen. I don't know what color they are. They're fucking either green or they're blue, depending on your screen.
Turquoise.
Yeah, well. Oh my god, they are not fuchsia. They are not fuchsia.
Ochre.
Holy shit. And I do have some list on them. I also don't want to always go over all of them because I mean, it just I feel like I'm being boring here. Um, but hard CCs are like daze, float, knockback, knockdown, launch, pull, sink, stung, fear, taunt. Um, fear and taunt are both conditions and control effects. Just an FYI, just saying. Um, their soft CCs are blind, chilled, crippled, immobile, slow, and weakness. There are some non-disabling control effects. They have um, stun petrified caused by thief's basilisk venom. An elemental's freeze causes deep
Okay,
freeze.
get him, I guess.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, everybody just charged in.
Definitely Leroy.
I thought it was what we were doing.
So, anybody got any questions so far?
Yeah, can I get a raise?
Where are you?
He's one of the dead
In
ones.
the middle of the fight.
Oh well, yeah, right, like I can do that. Wait, my tag's back here. I lost my tag.
Trying to find the breach.
Oh, shit, we got the Pubella.
Yellow tag arrived like the same time we did.
Still waiting.
Hope I pull through.
Why did my chick just say hope I pull through?
Inner
I'm not even
wall
fucking
is down
dying.
to 100%.
Time to do some real damage.
Look at you all golden.
Otter's done.
Nice.
Anybody got questions about the CCs?
Yeah. What CCs does a card have?
Oh, we'll go over that in Guardian class, mister.
Emma.
What?
Hammer.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you're
Hammer
so
and no.
no hammer is not.
So basically nada.
I don't think you have one.
I mean, if you're running Dragon Hunter, which isn't meta, but the F1 I think is a CC. But otherwise, I don't really know guard all that well.
It sets up
I'd-
the CC because you launch a spear, but that by itself isn't the CC.
Yeah, you gotta hit F1. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Replenishing.
Which is not anything.
does anybody else have any questions about anything that we talked about tonight? Because, like, seriously, this is the end of tonight's class.
What do I gotta do to get an A in this class?
Sleep with the
You
enemy.
get an A because you sleep with the teacher.
Who do I have to sleep with?
Oh, you have to sleep with the teacher? Oh, man. That's gonna be expensive, man.
That ain't that big, don't get no fucking ideas.
Are you guys ever going to, like on Wednesdays, Fridays, or Saturday nights, start kicking people out of the squad if they're not a certain thingamajigger?
Oh, God, no. I would never. That would go against my style.
I would, but I don't lead.
You kick everybody.
No, I would never do that. No, 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 no. Um, it's just that I get this a lot of times. I don't know what Fiora gets when. I mean, I really do need to follow her someday, but um, it just
Have you ever followed me?
I have like a long time ago, but I don't get any time to play just for Amber kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Aaron doesn't follow very well.
That's not true. I'm following Sig all
Follows
night tonight.
L.
I follow L.
He falls pretty well.
No, I did a long time ago. I just don't never get any more time to
She talks
play
a lot.
with outside of when I'm supposed to be here. You know what I mean?
I could outrun a centaur.
In other words, you've scheduled too many things into your calendar.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting just hey, what are we gonna do? I don't have any. Hey, what do I can I do today? Kind of stuff. No, it's like I have to be focused on whatever. I'm either like today. I didn't have my sky scale leveled up, so the free time I had today is like, oh, let me get my sky scale done. And I'm still working on my requiem armor. And L's ahead of me on the fucking damn legendary trinket, which is just pitiful on my end. I'm just saying.
See, I avoid all that by just not PvP.
Lethal combination.
Or having a husband that does it for you. Just
There's a new trinket.
Yeah,
That's it. I need a husband.
Something like that.
I sometimes trade my husband world completion time for WwT time on his account, so I'll just like do a board track for him, and he'll do like a map for me. It's great. Don't have to PvP yet.
That's handy.
The husband like that.
Cause he likes doing that kind of stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, he actually likes them. I hate it.
Spouse with benefits.
I will do a Zerg meta night for Pet Rally after this is all over, though, where that's the theme of the night. Everybody's got to bring a meta class, a meta build. Yeah.
Everybody bring the same one.
So
Yeah, no
everyone
shit,
goes up on
yeah.
a scourge, 'cause it's like before reset and there's nothing around.
All skirt,
Fair
all
enough.
A freaking squad of 25 or more scourges would be
I could outrun a
unstoppable.
centaur.
No,
we
because
did
they'd
that
have
with,
no stability, so it actually wouldn't.
We did that with Ellie's one night, and
That was fun.
they couldn't
That was a
touch
long
us.
time
They,
ago.
it was a long time ago. They couldn't touch us. It was
Oh,
awesome.
it was before Weaver and Scourge existed, just, to be clear. But it did work really well then in hot meta.
So what was it all Tempests? Or
What's
was
the
it
line?
Yeah,
all
pretty,
staff
all,
Tempest.
all staff Tempest.
Time to do some real damage.
Just
Yeah,
arrow overload on everything.
we had this same Zerg that kept hitting us over and over and over again. Trying to, I don't know what they were trying
They
to
were
do.
trying to, like, get better.
Oh yeah, better dying.
you were trying to get good? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Except there was really nothing they could have done that would have saved. I mean, when you die when everybody in the Zerg hits one skill, what can you do?
Yeah, they just melt.
Okay, guys, I'm for the night. See you guys.
Good
Tomorrow
night,
for
Baron.
missions. Night.
But that would never work anymore because of the amount of conditions that now exist.
Okay, well, I told y'all I was gonna keep all of these classes to like. I'm gonna try my best to keep them under 2 hours. Probably an hour or two, and that would be it. So I'm wrapping it up. But I want to tell y'all to look over the next week's lesson before the lesson comes out. That way you have your questions ready. Um, in addition, every
So the beginning class, anybody have any questions?
well, no. I just want them to have questions ready when I get to that section, maybe, or whatever that we're talking about that night, or whatever.
Nobody's gonna do it. So,
I know nobody's gonna do anything. I'm boring the fuck out of everybody.
Nobody does the reading ahead of time.
I know, I
Alright, I'm
know.
gonna delete
What
the
is
PDF
reading?
I just saved to my desktop.
Why?
If everybody's gonna, no one's gonna do it. Why bother?
Okay, well, no, I'm still gonna do the classes. I do want to do the classes because I promised everybody I would. I just
It's
want.
actually very interesting for those of us who take World versus World on the fun side and don't really get serious about it because we do it for fun. Um, and that has actually shed a little bit of different light on it.
Well, my hope is that everybody just
Because
learns
the
something
serious
new.
people are playing it for fun too. They just don't want to die as often.
Right.
Right.
And
It
me,
don't hurt. You
I
can
die
die. I
all the
mean,
fucking time, and I don't.
I never said I didn't.
Well, I know.
Everybody dies, not everybody really lives.
Everything dies, but
everybody
everything
dies, not everybody resurrects.
Oh,
Officially,
They
and
run right by you.
resurrection has been removed from the meta for years now, or from the lore of the game.
See, Callie's the only one who read that. She's read the guide already, so Callie read the guide.
I mean, I edited it. That counts as
This is
reading,
true. That did Sice did read it, so some people are reading it. Um,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was homework. What?
in addition, I want to say, okay, so every pep rally from here until the end of class is going to be tied to the classes that we're doing. So next week is like commander training. So it'll be tag trained, so everybody can bring their tags. If you don't have a tag, that's okay. You don't have to, you just hop on one of the tags that are tagged. Um, but the point is that so that you can, I'm trying to tie in the pep rally with the classes so that you guys, when we get to the class part, it'll be even better because like you'll play the guardian as fun for fun on guardian night on pet rally guardian night, which by the way I made up a whole new fucking theme called Guardians of the Galaxy that for the Guardians. Just saying. But for that pet rally, we'll do Guardians of the Galaxy. You bring your Guardians. You'll play it for fun, getting drunk and whatever. And then on Saturday of the Guardian class, you'll have a little bit of. I'm hoping that you don't get too drunk and don't know anything that you did the night before, but that you might have some questions because you played it the night before. Do you understand what I mean?
are we gonna get happy face stickers and stars and shit too?
I seriously thought about grading and doing stuff like that, but it turned into such a bigger thing. I was like, what the fuck? This has got
It is
alright.
interesting to hear all the different aspects of it.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, I learned stuff while I was compiling this because God knows I don't know all this shit. I mean, I
Well,
just,
you do now.
well, I still have to look stuff up. I mean, I remember reading something about it, but I can't remember exactly what it said, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It might be actually a fun profession to play outside of Tempest Ellie.
Right.
like Weaver.
And you know,
Weaver.
and you
Not
know,
just
I would
Guardian. I mean,
never.
I'm not mentioning Guardians, but there's other classes too. I'm just, there's.
What? Never.
Well, who? Okay, who all here thought they would ever see me on something other than my fucking anchor?
Not me.
I've only
I've
seen
been
you on
running with you
Anchor
for
or
6 years, so
You're the Squirrel King.
That's what I'm getting.
Shiny
at.
class.
Well, anyway, I like to say thank you for coming. I'm sorry if it was boring. I'll try to make them more interesting. I felt like it was boring the hell out of people.
No. I didn't think so.
Well,
Oh, I
Maybe
like them.
do it like a musical.
I don't think so.
Break
I
out the
do want to
country.
say thank you, Sig, for taking over the tag. That was awesome of you. It made it way easier to teach the class and have you lead. I do appreciate that
Sure.
so much. That was so nice of you. And that's all I got. Next week is commander training. Hope to see y'all, which is also going to go over what, commanders call out and what they mean. So even if you don't want to learn how to be a commander, you can still learn that part.
So who's gonna tag up next week while you teach?
No, I kind of like this. Anybody want to volunteer for next week's tag?
That'll just be MG. He can do
I
it.
nominate Flubber.
Sure.
You nominate Flupper. Vera says she can do it. Awesome, Vera. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So Vera will be our tag next week.
Yay!
And see, you finally get to follow her.
That's right.
That's
I'll
what
get
I've
to
been
follow
saying
her
since
that
we've been
night.
playing
That's
in
right. I was
the
thinking
mixed.
the same thing when you said that. Uh,
Yeah, we need to do an Edge of the Mist run one night.
Oh,
Hell
well,
no,
you have
we
to get
won't go.
Sice to lead that one. I'm not going.
I think I've been in there once.
Been in there like 3 times. It's
It
boring.
used to be a lot
You
of
don't want.
fun.
It used to be a lot of fun.
I run for achievements. I've done it
I
before.
added
yeah, and
several
Karen was
characters and
so
played some
happy
other
when you did that too. She was so happy about that night.
I
She
leveled
went
like a
on for
dozen.
about that for days.
Who did?
My co-leader, Karen slash
Oh,
Narakel.
Yeah, she does a lot of achievement runs.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
and Sig planned this out and coordinated with her, and she was so happy. She showed up and she did them all, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I've been needing that done forever. I'm so happy he did that."
You know what surprises me as much of achievement crap as she does do? I'm ahead of her in the points. I don't understand. Yeah, see my horn. Yeah.
Somebody just fell and killed themselves. Who was
Oh,
that?
they
No,
did.
they
Weren't
jumped
me.
and killed themselves. Here's a
Muffin
different.
Chance. Muffin Chance.
I'll see if I can get them.
Oh, for the achievement. You want me to come res you, darling? I'll come res you. he, he, he jumped off of there. Oh, somebody hit me.
I
Where
don't
did
know.
that come? So
I don't
I
know where that
swear to
came
God,
from.
I saw. Did you see a fucking arrow?
Yeah, I did. That I did. I heard the shot too.
Nobody up here unless they're zipping in and out of being visible.
Got
Because I'm up here in the
uh,
cliffs watching
got
you
one
guys.
green at the supply.